What?
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight we have Trigger and we'll be discussing some bullshit. All right,
How you doing?
back to you, Trigger. How's the weather?
It's cloudy. It's trying to rain, but it's sprinkling like an old man trying to pee.
Oh damn. Oh, that's yeah.
It's kind of like
Some passing some kidney stones or something like damn. Sprinkle, sprinkle.
that's
Oh god.
terrible. That's terrible. I'm gonna be there in
Yeah.
like 10 years.
Yeah. Yeah. Same here, bro. Same here. Shit.
Uh,
Oh man. So yeah, man. So I was here fourth.
Fourth was great. Went to the lake, hung out there, got a sunburn again, which is not common for me.
Uh-huh.
I'll sunburn once a year, and then I'm good. I can hang out in the sun and not get sunburned. But I got roasted again yesterday, so it was a good time. We made
Oh really?
we grilled some food and drank some beer and swam in the water.
Nice.
Initially, it was cold, so I couldn't jump out and be cool.
Oh, yeah, man. Wow. Yeah, man. We just hung out with the family, and the kids are my kids are all grown up and stuff, and it's like dang, like you ask for see people audience out there, enjoy your kids while they're young, man. Enjoy them while
Yes.
they're like maybe you just enjoy them because when they leave, I got a taste of what I got a taste of it yesterday, and I was like, what? Like, damn. Anyway,
Yeah, it's
bittersweet.
rough. Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely. Then you don't exist until they get hungry.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, but in some way, shape, or they always come back. They always come
Yeah.
back.
Oh yeah, they'll find their way back. And
Yeah,
then when they get in their 30s, they go, I'm gonna spend more time with my parents. That's what I'm gonna do. So
yeah,
it's only for a short time, but
yeah,
it seems like an eternity when you're a parent.
yeah. It does, man. No doubt, no doubt. All right, guys. One of the title is the Friday mashup news. Like, hope everybody's 4th of July went great yesterday. With all the barbecue and alcohol you can drink, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm. Still
yummy.
working on it.
Yeah. So all right. So what caught my eye here was this oh, dude, I had it up here. Okay, yes. I don't know if you got, ladies and gentlemen, audience, I don't know if you guys have heard about this, but I don't know, and this is gonna be the commentary of this because obviously the left is panicking. So here we go. Biden Obama is Plan C ticket, according to the Washington Examiner. With President Joe Biden today dismissing critics. Oh, shit, come on, dude. Critics of his poor debate performance with former Donald Trump, a Plan C is being urged to help his wounded re-election effort across the finish line first on election day. Advocates of Plan C said the solution to Trump's surging campaign electoral college advantage is a simple one: replace Vice President Kamala Harris with former President Barack Obama. Not gonna read the whole thing, but there's a guy named John Bazif, a professor at George Washington University Law School, bro, and this is what he states: "Quote: Barack Obama is probably one of the few persons whom a majority of Americans would want and trust as president." So Plan C might be least objectable of a number of very unpopular and dubious options now open to Biden and the Democratic Party, he said on Thursday. Said forget Plan B, replacing Biden. Instead, consider Plan C. Let Biden run with Barack Obama for VP. Yes, it's constitutional to say as many experts, public interest, law professor, blah blah blah. Okay, as you guys can see, he said, then this is what he states here. Bazov cited analysis by constitutional scholars dismissing concerns that the 12th and 22nd Amendment bar a former two-term president from the vice presidency. The 22nd Amendment, which is most frequently cited as a bar to Barack Obama ever serving as president again, doesn't accordingly doesn't accordingly to its careful, crafted, and very narrow exclusionary language. Bezos said the key in the amendment says no person shall be elected to the office of the president more than twice. Okay. Yep. And no person who has held the office of the president or acted as president for more than 2 years of a term to which some other person was elected shall be elected to the office of the president more than once. Bezos said, while this amendment may bar Obama from being elected to the office again, it obviously, and by its clear language, doesn't prohibit him from being elected as vice president, subsequently becoming president by succession without ever being elected to the president to the office again. Okay, and then he used the argument for the 12th Amendment. That's the 22nd. This is the 12th. He says, according to the overly precise language, deliberately, carefully chosen by the drafters, Obama cannot be elected to the office of the president. But there's nothing to say that he cannot be elected to the office of the vice president and then succeed to the presidency if Biden becomes unable to perform his presidential duties or simply rings. In other words, Obama is not now ineligible to the office of the president, and therefore ineligible to run for. And therefore ineligible to run for vice president. Rather, he is only ineligible to be elected to the office of the president, not ineligible to obtain the office by succession. He wrote in an email. I thought this was and that's why I had to look twice on this because I thought it was a like opinion piece, But and then that's when I triggered it. Like, what are your thoughts on this, bro? Because I'm like, how can this happen? Like,
For me, it's just a distraction tool.
oh,
They are trying to take away from the negative press and all of the negative publicity that is happening with Joe Biden. Okay. The guy is falling apart. They went so far radically left in his first term. In the first day, they were so radical with everything that they wanted to do that it absolutely damaged the country, and the people started waking up to it, and they were paying attention to people like you and I, and so many people that are on TikTok and that are on Twitter and that are on Facebook and Instagram sharing this information. So it, a lot of people took it as misinformation, like, oh, you guys are just making up a bunch of crap. And then they saw the truth for themselves within the economy, the inflation rates, gas prices. And then they watched the debate 2 weeks ago. And they learned that everything that we've been telling them is not a bunch of crap. We've been honest with them from the start. Now, Barack Obama, because they've damaged this presidency and this administration so bad, I don't think Barack Obama himself can save it. The 12th Amendment, he cites the 12th Amendment and the 22nd Amendment. It says, yeah, he can't run for president. It's in the Constitution. He already served twice. He's no longer eligible to run for president. But he's eligible to run for vice president. Okay, great. You know what? Go ahead, run for vice president. It's still not going to work. You're going to lose. And you guys are just going to look silly at the end of it. God forbid something happens. Joe Biden and Barack Obama win the 2024 election. They go into the new term. Something happens with Joe Biden. Per that 12th Amendment and that 22nd Amendment, Barack Obama cannot hold the office of the presidency. It clearly states it. So if something happens to Biden, he's not going to ascend. The Speaker of the House at that time would ascend to the presidency, not Barack Obama. because he is barred from holding that office, even though it says he cannot run for the election.
Right.
And that's a fact. I think it goes, it's probably underwritten somewhere. And, I would probably need a little bit more time to look into something like this, but he cannot ascend. If he cannot run, if he's ineligible for that office, he is
Mhm.
ineligible for that office, period. There is no ascension. There is no, well, we got to put him in there until we find somebody else. It's not how it works. Speaker of the House, who currently is Mike Johnson, that could change, you know, into the 2024 cycle.
Mhm.
Marjorie Taylor Greene gets named Speaker of the House. Something happens to Biden, Marjorie Taylor Greene becomes president. that that tickled me to death
Wow.
just thinking about it. It just popped in my head. Oh my god. Go ahead, DNC, let's do it. We
Yeah.
will put MGT as the Speaker of the House, and when something happens to Biden, guess who's president? That would oh man, I'd be walking around going, Donald Trump who? I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. I'm not too sold. To be honest with you, I'm not too sold on her. I like her spunk. I like her her just straight, uh,
Yeah.
I would say more of like her honesty. You know what I mean? So I mean,
Yeah.
it's somewhat fair. I mean, I'm pretty sure she might, um, um, extend the truth a little bit or whatever the case is, or But I mean,
Yeah.
the fact that she's straightforward, that's what
It's refreshing.
that's what I
It's
like. Yes,
refreshing.
thank you.
And I kind of feel the same way about Lauren Boebert here in Colorado.
No.
Love her to death. I think she's great. She's a fireball. But her MGT, there's
Hmm.
I could probably create a list of all of these House and Senate Republicans that put on a great show, but they haven't done anything. And it's kind of upsetting. And when Lauren Boebert switched her district of where she was primarying,
Hmm.
a lot of people spoke about her losing, and I was like, hey, you know what? She had a great run, 2 terms, great. You know what? But maybe it's time for her to go because I got to keep the same energy of once they've served 2 terms, we need to primary them out. And it is quite possible that she saw that she was going to get primaried out, and that's why she switched districts. That's just that's an assumption on my part. That's what I believe happened. I could be wrong, because I have not spoken to Lauren Boebert since 2022, actually, or 2021. Yeah,
Oh,
the
okay. Hold on.
2022 election.
Oh, wow. You spoke to her directly?
I did. I
Oh,
did.
nice. Sweet.
In the 2022 election, I worked with a candidate for governor by the name of Danielle Neuschwinger.
Mm.
I worked with her big time. I got her name out there. We helped her defeat a once Democrat mayor in Colorado who decided to switch parties and run as a Republican because he knew that the Democrat Party was the losing ticket. So he switched over to Republican. And I pointed out all the things that this guy was doing. And a lot of people went, I'm not voting for that guy. And I was able to prove it. And, I was pushing Danielle to be governor. So a lot of people started paying attention. They were like, hey, you know what? That's our girl. But
Mhm.
she was basically a state level Trump. She was not going to do politics as usual. So of course, there is that deep state. It does exist. And that deep state here in Colorado ended up giving the primary or the candidacy to a woman that was from California. I'm not even going to say her name. She makes me sick. But she was originally from California. She
Mhm.
worked for Big Pharma before she went into politics. Okay. So anybody who runs for office, if they worked for Big Pharma at any time, I don't want them anywhere near my government. And
Uh,
she was one of them.
okay, can pause real quick.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
what would be the difference between her and Vivek then, if that was the case? 'Cause,
Between who? The
uh,
Okay, so her name
Vivek
was Heidi.
Ramaswamy.
Okay,
Okay.
so we had Heidi, and then we
Mm-hmm.
had Danielle. Those were the two
Okay.
ladies that were challenging uh, Jared Polis for the governorship. So who would you be speaking of in comparison to Vivek Ramaswamy?
Uh, well, I was saying that in comparison because if that's the case, because I didn't Vivek work for Big Pharma one time.
I do not know if he did.
Okay, because
It was,
all right,
and that's something to look into. That's definitely
yeah,
something to look into. But if he did, I don't want
hmm
him anywhere near any public office
yeah,
because that's all he's going to do. But getting back to
right,
Lauren Boebert, I
correct.
had gone to a rally where Tina Peters.
Hmm.
I'm sure you heard of Tina Peters. She was the I think it was Mesa County clerk and recorder, and she actually got railroaded because she noticed the cheat going on, and she tried to stop it, and they started harassing her. They were arresting her. They ruined this woman's life, all because she was trying to expose the truth.
Hmm.
Um, so got to hang out with Tina, got to hang out with Danielle, met Lauren. Um, she was a little fire plug, very cool lady. I enjoyed talking to her, and that, and then of course there was 24 other candidates that were running for some sort of office, whether at the state level or the federal level. One guy, this dude, running on the Republican ticket, but as I'm sitting there talking to him, he's got a cowboy hat on. The whole time I'm thinking of the car salesman, the Texas car salesman from The Simpsons. Because this guy, he was just loud and trying to sell him something. He was a pain in my ass. So I wasn't a fan of him. But yeah, that's when I got to meet Lauren. That
Oh, that's
was
cool.
during the time my original everything was taken off. I was on fire at the time, and it was great. It was cool. And then big tech happened.
Oh yeah, yeah, man. That's just nuts. Because I thought that I thought Vivek worked for Big Pharma. I don't. I could be confused because
I can look it up. I'll look it up right now.
yeah. You know what? We can, yeah, no doubt. Let's look it up real quick.
We have multiple sources. Uh,
Swami, or maybe not no. Well, hold on. Past work. Let me see. Uh, let's see here. Oh, did you hear about Trump? While I'm looking up, did you hear about uh, uh there's talk that Trump may choose hold on. Speaking of VP, um, with during the debate, um didn't Trump was supposed to um 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 tell us his VP pick?
he did, and then
Oh, he did.
he just no, he hasn't announced it yet. But
Okay.
he decided to hold off so that
Hmm.
everybody could focus on Joe Biden's nonsense.
Oh, really?
He didn't want. Yeah, he didn't want to take away from the bad publicity that Joe Biden's getting.
Oh, wow.
He's like, here, you take the spotlight. I'm gonna go take a nap.
Oh, yeah. Because I was like, what the heck, dude? I was like, all right.
Couple
Well,
rounds
this
of
is.
golf.
Oh crap!
Let's
Here we go.
see.
This is his LinkedIn here. Of course, I don't have a freaking account, so
Yeah, I don't either.
continues to. It says here, uh, well, this is Forbes, so I don't know how. how credible this is, but I mean, Forbes doesn't put out that bad of a news, but um, that I can think of. But let's see here.
Let's see here. It looks like in 2014 he founded Roivant, a company that promised to upend drug discovery and
Hmm.
become the highest return on investment endeavor ever taken up in the pharmaceutical industry. So basically, Roivant's strategy was to cheaply buy the rights to potential drugs that big pharma companies like Pfizer, Merck, and GSK had shelved for various reasons and take them through clinical trials all the way to market. So he had an investment firm that wanted to purchase all these drugs from the drug companies like
Hmm.
Pfizer and GSK and Merck,
Hmm.
but he was not big pharma. So
Oh,
he
okay.
was he was trying to he was trying to get people more affordable prescriptions,
Uh-huh.
is what I'm seeing.
Yeah. It says Vivek Ramaswamy continues to make waves in the biotech business with his deals and drug development plans. He was behind the
Hmm.
biggest biotech initial public offering of 2016, Mavoit Science, which raised 218 million, listing it in its shares on Nasdaq in October. Ramaswamy founded the company in April and struck a deal with uh, Take the pharmaceuticals for a prostate cancer drug and a female for infertility drug. Last year, it put off the biggest IPO in U.S. biotech history by listing shares of Extravant, a company that is trying to develop a new Alzheimer's drug. Yeah.
So
So
he's an investor in his own company, but he
okay,
was
yeah.
trying to take things from Pfizer and Merck and GSK, but he wasn't working for them.
Hmm.
Um, so that I don't know. I guess you could chop that up either way.
Yeah, kind of up in the air with that, but I mean, whatever. I just, I mean, some people are stating that there's a possibility that the North Dakota governor, Doug Berman, might be a potential vice president candidate, but I don't like that dude anyway. To be honest with you, he's got a like low percentage rate. I mean, he probably I would say his percentage rate is lower than well, it's about the in in the same wave as Kamala Harris. Uh, yeah,
Well, hopefully that just stays a rumor and never comes true. Then I've never heard of the guy actually, to be honest with you.
yeah. Neither have I. He's but I wish that some people are also hinting too that it might be um Dr. Carson, and that will
Hmm.
definitely. I think if he gets Carson, dude, be as VP, I think that's a nail in the coffin right there.
I think that could set it off.
Hmm.
I'm not exactly sure how yet though, because Carson has been out. I mean, he still worked for the Trump administration, um,
Hmm.
but you really haven't seen or heard from him since maybe 2018. Haven't really heard a lot of people talk about him, but he would be a good VP pick.
Yeah.
He's very calming. When you hear him talk, you kind of relax a little bit. You don't really get frustrated with the guy
Right.
because he can actually articulate without sounding like a jackass.
Yeah.
So I like Ben Carson. I think he'd probably be a good pick. Um, but for me, that field is, for VP choices is very small. But that's just for me.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's did you guys did you also hear about the caught on camera? Trump calls Kamala Harris so pathetic and trashes Biden post debate.
He's
That's
not
what's
wrong.
trending today.
He's not wrong.
That's what's trending. Oh, then check this out, guys.
Vice President Joe Biden President Joe Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris.
He's quit, he's quitting the race. Is that right? Yep, I got him out of the race. And that means we have Kamala. I think she's going to be better. She's so bad. She's so pathetic.
The video was obtained by the Daily Beast and was shot after last week's debate. The comments made on a golf course came as Trump asks a group of people on the course how they think he did in the debate. When asked for comment, the Trump campaign referred CNN to a statement from campaign managers who called Joe Biden weak, failed, dishonest, and not fit for the White House.
Yeah, which is not okay. First of all,
we've been saying.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, first of all, Trump's not lying about that crap. I mean, they are. That administration is weak and pathetic. She is, weak and pathetic, and so is Biden. What's not factual about that? I mean, it's just another, like you said, distraction.
It is. It's 100% a distraction, whether it be from the DNC, the Biden campaign, or the media propaganda meltdown machine.
Yeah.
They want to take everybody's eyes off of Biden, but inadvertently they're keeping everybody's eyes on Biden by doing that. They're admitting themselves that they're in deep water, they're in hot water. But a lot of people, including, it doesn't matter what side of the media machine you're watching, they're all starting to say the same thing. Joe Biden has to step down. They can't just remove him. It doesn't work that way. It's against the laws, the election laws that they created. So nobody needs to waste time with it. Let's just get this year over. We got, 150 days until the election?
Yeah, exactly. Like what, 5 months?
Yeah.
That's crazy. Like, dude, just let it
pray
play
this
out.
Goes quick.
Yeah, exactly. Let's play it out. Like, I mean, crap.
Can do.
Yeah, it's go ahead. Go ahead.
The greatest part was Judge Merchan delaying Trump's sentencing hearing until September. After the Supreme Court ruling about you have to have unanimous decisions, I believe that due to that Supreme Court ruling, Trump will no longer be a convicted felon. And he's not going to go to jail. And he's going to be able to debate. The last card the Democrats have to play is going to be some sort of October surprise. Whatever that might be. It could be a false flag attempt like January 6th. It could be, I don't know what it could be. They've used all of that so many times that people are they're numb to it. They see it and they go, I'm going to wait until all the information comes out. I don't want to juicy humiliate myself.
Okay, what are the states that, okay, do you know what, the states that are like, basically I think it was that actually they can't change whose name's on the ballot now because it's actually too late. I guess, again, I want to say Michigan's by August 1st, right? Is they can take Biden off if they wanted to, but they have to elect another.
No, because I believe in August is the Democrat National Convention, and that's when they are going to say, hey, Joe Biden, you are our nominee. Here's all the delegates. Run the best campaign you can possibly do. A lot of people say that during that convention, they could switch him out, which they're not going to because he has to step down. Joe Biden has to step down. There's nothing they can do. So, and I don't think I'm willing to bet that even if they try to take him off of the ballot, any state's constitution or even the Supreme Court any state Supreme Court, the federal Supreme Court is going to step in and go, you can't do that. He has to be on this ballot. And if they're going to disenfranchise their voters. There's no winning path for the Democrats at this point. They take Joe Biden off of the general election ballot, they will disenfranchise all the people who supported him. They're gonna think that their vote was wasted, and they're not going to show up and vote. That elects Donald Trump. Okay, so they leave things alone. Joe Biden doesn't step down. He doesn't resign. Donald Trump wins the election in November. Something happens to Joe Biden. He has a medical crisis, and they finally talk Kamala Harris into signing the 25th Amendment. And the entire cabinet agrees to it. They remove Joe Biden. Kamala Harris becomes the president, the interim president until the election. Speaker Mike Johnson ascends to the vice presidency. Kamala is going to get it worse than Joe Biden will. Again, a victory for Donald Trump. There is no path to victory for the Democrats at this point. They need to take their hits, lick their wounds, and see whatever kind of cockamamie nonsense they can come up with in the next 4 years.
Right.
And I had made a video. It made me kind of nervous because convicted felons have to give their DNA to the federal government. So if Donald Trump stays a convicted felon and has to give his DNA when he reports to prison in September, he has to report to prison in September. He has to give his DNA. He wins the presidency while in jail. He's removed from jail, put into the White House. Hopefully, they would wait a little bit. They probably won't because they love playing their hand so fast. Like, oh, it's war. They take his DNA and they frame him in an old cold case. Whether it be some sort of rape, murder, something that is going to have him removed from office immediately. Both sides have no choice but to impeach and remove him from office and throw him back in prison. And where does that leave us? Okay. That's what I fear happening to Donald Trump. You hear people like Alex Jones saying that, well, they're going to kill Trump. They're not going to kill him. They're not going to kill him. They're going to frame him. So let's pray that, because of the Supreme Court's decision last week, Donald Trump, his felony convictions get overturned and he becomes a free man permanently. We don't want that in there. I lost my train of thought. I forgot where I was going with this.
It's all good.
But
yeah,
at this point, there's no path to victory for the Democrats. I'm not going to worry about it. I am actually 99.9% confident that Donald Trump will win the presidency. They've lost the Latino support. They've lost the black support. They've lost a lot of the white support. I honestly believe the only people that are going to be voting for Joe Biden this November are going to be angry white liberals with blue hair. And pronouns in their bios. That's who is going to vote for Joe Biden, and that's a very small minority of people. There's no path for victory.
And also some of the illegals too. So I'm sorry. Undocumented, whatever. Fuck it. Illegals. There you go.
They're illegals. They're illegals.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Yeah.
My ex-wife, Mexican, didn't speak a lick of English until she was 9 years old. Okay. Her dad was from Sinaloa, part of the Sinaloa cartel. He was a bad dude. She's pretty sure he's dead, but that's a different story for another day. But she says the same thing. Close the border. Yeah. I'm gonna run out and say it. The woman that I've got the biggest thing for that I'm working on. I'm working on dating. She's Mexican, and she'll tell you, close the border. I have many friends that are Mexican, and they have family straight out of Mexico, and they all say the same thing: close the border. So, I don't think that Joe Biden has the Latino support. I know he doesn't. Illegals are not going to be able to vote. No matter, they don't have the time to make that happen. There's no time to make that happen. So I'm not even worried about that. They could cause a problem if the right House and the right Senate and Donald Trump come into office. It could get fixed. It may not.
Right.
But I don't fear that. I do not fear that. And I think it's honestly going to be too big to rig this time, especially if we can get those 80 million people who didn't vote the last election to register and vote.
Well,
Because
I mean,
a lot of them.
well, I would do my due diligence, guys, and I will keep my eyes on the graveyards. So, so therefore, don't vote. No. Who are you from? No, hell no. You get out of here, boy.
Yeah,
Or
you
guys call
want to
it,
hear
so.
something crazy? Is now, of course, in the state of Colorado, you can have up to, I think it's 20 ballots in your possession. A single person can have up to 20 ballots in their possession. But the other day I went to go get sushi for dinner, and it was actually our primary election day for our state elections. And I pulled into this parking lot, and I saw this lady, and she's like standing behind the mailbox, the big blue mailbox. She's standing behind it, and she's like reaching, like she's doing a reach around on this mailbox, and she's like putting these.
Hold on, you said sushi, and then now you said reach around. So what's going on, bro?
She was into it. But she's like, it was the weirdest thing. She's just like standing behind it, and she's putting what look like ballots into it, ballot envelopes.
Okay.
And I found that kind of weird. I can't accuse her of ballot stuffing because in the state of Colorado, you can have up to 20 ballots in your possession. It might be more, it might be less. I don't know off the top of my head right now. But she could be delivering them for other people. It was just a weird look, though. And
really?
I stood there and I parked and I sat there and I watched her. And she's walking away and she's walking along the rocks that are in the curbs. She's being really weird. So I might have witnessed ballot stuffing, but I couldn't prove it. And I didn't really feel like pulling out my phone and recording her. But I did watch her, and she looked a little suspect. So I probably witnessed it, but can't prove it.
Yeah. So I mean, that's so if she stuffing ballots right now. I mean, that's weird. That's freaking very odd.
All about primary. But here's the thing.
Huh?
I don't think it worked. Because there was high success and high turnout for the Republicans.
Okay.
Now, you really can't do a comparison. A lot of people were messaging me on various platforms saying, did you see this? Did you see that? I'm like, yeah, I did see that. But did you also look at the Democrat side? Both sides got positive numbers for them. But you cannot use that as an indicator for what's going to happen in November because it's just a primary. So don't worry about stuff like that. That's not our focus right now. Yeah, we're glad this candidate won his primary. I'm happy this candidate won her primary, but that's not our focus. We've got the primaries out of the way. We've got our candidates locked in. Now it's time to focus on those candidates, focus on the policies and not the feelings. I made a video today talking about Kamala Harris pandering during the BET Awards.
Oh shoot! Yeah. Let me pull that up. Keep on talking. No, dude, keep on going, dude.
Nothing infuriates me more than watching a politician pander to a group of people. I don't care if they're black, Mexican, gay. I don't care. Do not pander because once they win an election, they stop talking about them. You're no longer a focus for them. We got to stop doing that.
Yeah.
And so, you know, I even did in comparison with Hillary Clinton when she was on the Breakfast Club, and they asked her, "Well, what do you usually keep in your purse?" And she, instead of saying like, "Oh, a pack of gum, my driver's license, my ID, my phone, credit cards," straight to the hot sauce. Hot sauce, really, Hillary? You are whiter than me. There's no way your fucking glow in the dark ass is eating hot sauce. I'm sorry.
I mean, for the most part, she could have at least said menthol cigarettes. I wear Newports, you know what I mean? I probably would have been like, okay, you know, but hot sauce, I'm like, bruh. That's a red flag right there. You know what I mean?
It is. Yeah. I mean, she could have came out for a dime.
Yep. Yeah.
You know, a dime bag and my heater. Come
Yeah.
on. Come on. But
Yeah.
Kamala Harris saying, I'm in these streets. What streets? What are you talking about? I don't see Kamala Harris holding any rallies anywhere, doing nothing. She's not in any street.
Wait, hold on. She may be posted up on the corner of a street. I mean,
yeah, Willie Brown and Montel Williams are.
And people forget about that shit. People
do.
forget about that, right?
They do. Well, we'll be kind enough to remind them all year long.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. But yeah, this is the video right here. I found it. This is the video that guys that triggered just brought up.
Trump's legal voice. You might recognize me, Alina Habba here. I fight against the corrupt forces of evil that threaten to take America and tear it apart, ruin our constitution.
What? Sorry, you say something?
Alina is so hot.
Oh, yeah.
We need to know this before his sentencing.
Take a look now at this op-ed in the New York Post. It reads, quote, Kamala Harris's desperately youthful pandering is too cringeworthy to be presidential. Ricky Schlopp wrote that, and she joins me now. Great to have you here, Ricky. I guess make your case. How cringeworthy?
It was pretty bad. She interrupted the BET Awards with a cameo with a fake FaceTime that kind of had the aesthetic of an influencer behind her. She looked more like a TikToker than a VP. And she dropped slang that seemed very ill-timed and forced coming out of her. And also just randomly referenced a Kendrick Lamar song. So I think this is definitely an attempt by the campaign to balance out the fact that they have a very elderly.
It's definitely rehearsed.
But I don't think Kamala Harris is the person that's going to get the youth vote and get us out there.
Oh, hold on. I thought they would have played the damn hold on.
That was mostly an analysis.
Yeah, exactly. Give me a second.
But whoever that lady was, right. She was right. She is. They're all they're doing is pandering to the youth vote, but they're not going to get the youth vote because in your youth you already have a hard enough time because you are not skilled enough within the job that you chose, within the career that you chose. So you're not making all this money yet. It takes a few years before you start making a livable wage. And now that this administration, the Democrat Party, and the Republican Party is to blame for it as well. They don't get a free pass just because I'm a Republican and I'm going to vote Republican. I'm going to point all this stuff out because that's why that goes back to me always talking about primaries when it's time to do primary. But there's so much damage that the youth who are old enough to vote are seeing it for themselves and they're going, wait a minute, we got to change this around because it's not actually working. And they're paying attention. They're on TikTok. And they're listening to people like you and I who are saying, okay, I've been around this for about 20 years longer than you have. This is all the things that are going on. What are you talking? Why are you voting for that? This is what put us there. So you can act like you're in a Kendrick Lamar album all you want to. You're still not going to get that youth vote. So pander all you want. You're going to look like a fool. And we're going to make fun of you. And it's going to be a great time.
Oh, yeah. Always, dude. Always. Damn. Hold on. Okay. Here you go. Okay, guys. I promise you, this is it. This is it. This is it.
We believe in you. We believe in you.
Yeah. Thank you, Drew.
I will lift anybody up. I will lift anybody up.
There you go, man. That's what's up. Thank you.
Oh yeah, that's it.
Oh, hold on.
Women's reproductive.
Okay, guys.
This is live TV. This is live TV.
Worried.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, Madam VP Harris, I'm worried about the election. Women's reproductive rights are on the line. Our Supreme Court is on the line. Our basic freedoms are being tested, Madam VP.
Wait a minute. Hit pause.
Hit
pause.
Shit.
What
Hold on.
are you hearing? Yeah, girl.
Go ahead.
You cannot say that this election has our Supreme Court on the line when it is the people in the Democrat side who are threatening to impeach the entire Supreme Court because they followed the law and upheld the law, and it didn't go along with their feelings.
Yep.
AOC wants to impeach the entire Supreme Court. So you
Mhm.
can't say that, but let's get back to the pandering.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, that I just saw that I didn't read it completely, but I did see the headline though of AOC when I'm like, what?
Yeah.
I'm like, gosh,
Yeah.
damn
And it
people.
can be done. It's legit. It can be done. But she's not going to have success because she's
Right.
using her feelings instead of facts.
I'm out here in these streets, and let me tell you, you're right, Taraji. There
I'm out here in the streets. Did you did you hear that little slang that she put in there? Like it was
These
Yeah.
streets. Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
girl.
like
Yeah,
these
girl.
nuts. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
What'd you get on these nuts?
Yeah, exactly.
I hear you're good at it. I will not say no to that. You got my vote.
there is so much at stake in this moment. The majority of us believe in freedom and equality.
Oh.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
dude.
Upgrade.
When they say we believe in freedom and equality, that's especially the Dems. I just I'm like, yeah, bullshit.
It's
Like,
only
get
equal
over it.
rights if we agree with everything that they want.
Thank
no
you.
guns and abortions. That's the freedoms that they want us to have. As long as we agree with them, you're free. If you don't agree with us, you are an insurrectionist, you are a terrorist, you are what's wrong, and you're the threat to our democracy.
Yep.
Think about that. Okay. Sorry. That phrase infuriates me more than anything. I'm trying to clean up
Yes.
I'm really trying to clean up my language because I'm trying to do God's work. But
Hey, no worries, man.
sometimes I got to drop some F-bombs, but this is a danger to our democracy. They meant their democracy, not
Mhm.
our democracy. They don't care about yours or my democracy because
Right.
we live under a representative republic. See, if
Mhm.
the people wake up and they learn that this is not a democracy, but we are a representative republic, of which is the form of democracy that we operate under, a
Mhm.
lot of people are going to stop voting for people like pandering Kamala and Sleepy Joe. So
Yep.
as long as he's pooping his pants and he's out and she's out in them streets, but our laws are being upheld, I don't care what they do.
Yep. Exactly. No, I agree with that, man. I'm like, yeah, I cringe every time I hear the word democracy when we
Yeah.
are a constitutional republic, guys. We have
We are.
representatives.
Exactly.
If it was democracy, let's get it straight. It wouldn't just be, come on. I don't have to break it down for you guys. I mean, the audience is smart out there. So
I'll put it to you this way. There was this one guy, I think I can't believe it, or I can't remember if it was Twitter or Facebook, but I had ended up on some sort of political page.
Mhm.
And the topic was, are we a republic or a democracy?
Mhm.
And this dude chimes in, and I swear to you, this dude literally scared the shit out of me because this guy was black as night, and he actually poked fun at himself. His profile picture was a black background, and it was real dark around, and you could only see his smile in his eyes. And I'm like, bro, what are you doing? He was like, that shit's funny, huh? I'm like, I'm not saying nothing, but what are you doing? He goes, that shit's funny. I was like, cool. But he goes, he put it, he put it to there was the debate between it being a representative republic or a democracy. He put it to the people this way. He goes, who's the majority in this country? White people. Who's the majority in our government? White people. He goes, if we were a democracy, we'd be the 13th Amendment would not exist. We black people would literally be slaves right now because we're in a democracy. They get to pick and choose whether or not we're slaves. They get to pick and choose whether or not the Second Amendment is valid. They would get to pick and choose whether or not the 19th Amendment was valid, giving women the right to vote and own property. He was like, so your argument is now invalid shut up and go away. I was like, bro, you are now my new best friend. And I think I went looking for him like maybe 2 years ago. Account's gone. I think he got banned.
Oh, really?
I think so.
Oh, wow.
That dude was badass because I wanted to get him on the Walking Trigger Warning podcast because I really wanted him to light people up on that. But and of course he probably got tired of everybody's crap and just deleted it. Which I don't blame him because there are times where I will jump on social media, I'll scroll through 3 things and immediately pissed off, and I will put down my phone and won't touch it for the rest of the day.
Yeah, I'll agree with you on that. It's for the most part, it drains you, man. I mean, for me, it drains me. Like it's a lot of freaking negativity, and there's like sometimes where I'm just like, bro, I'm like, dude, I'll ghost for at least a couple days or so.
Oh yeah,
I mean, because I'm just trying to just, but you get sucked in, and then you you're like,
oh yeah. And then
Get
you
all
find
fired
yourself
up.
posting negative shit, and you're going, "Man, what am I doing?"
Exactly.
I'm gonna go find something to do.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah, man. It's. But here you go. This Harris as the heir apparent to Biden. Wait, watch out. I'm sorry.
Makes sense.
Trump campaign releases brutal ads on Kamala Harris as the heir apparent to Biden. So here we go. So here I'm gonna read all of it. It's like here goes the Trump campaign here.
When you think about the Joe Biden you saw in the debate, ask yourself a question. Do you think the guy who was defeated by the stairs, got taken down by his bike, lost a fight with his jacket, and regularly gets lost, makes it 4 more years in the White House? And you know who's waiting behind him, right? Vote Joe Biden today, get Kamala Harris tomorrow.
I'm Donald Trump, and I approve this message.
I love this dude, bro. This dude.
He's got the best one-liners and campaign ads, but they're all legit. And the best comedy is truth.
Yeah.
And he really his I don't know who's creating his commercials for him, but that guy is a genius.
Yeah.
And I hope he gets an Academy Award for it.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Roto. Oh, here we go. There you go. And here it says real quick. Yeah, my freaking screen got locked up again. It says here that Joe Biden has said he's not going anywhere. His campaign came out right out in the debate and said not only is he not quitting, they have committed to do the debate in September as well, which is shocking to hear. But Kamala Harris polls just about as bad, if not worse, in a lost case than Joe Biden. And so they have a huge problem on their hands if they remove Joe Biden from the ticket. Somehow they do not have Kamala Harris as their nominee, and they try to plug someone else in. Maria, it is why do you say Maria? Okay, I don't know, whatever. It is literally going against our democratic process here in this country.
See, that's what I've been saying.
Yeah.
But everybody wants to push the panic button, play the fear card. So
no,
it doesn't matter what platform I put it on. I'm trying to get people to pay attention to what's really going on in life and realize that what they're being told is not what's actually going to happen.
And sorry to cut you off. I mean, Trump literally said, and there's a video out there. Trump said, you can put anybody against him. He will, like Newsome. I call him Newsome because Newsome, and it says here too. Like look at, check this out here. And there's this the political polls tweet. It says anyway, Trump basically said if you put him next to everybody, he's gonna blow him out of the water. Like it's basically the work speaks for itself. Because if you guys, the only person that can probably get close to him, like he said, is Biden, and that's it. Other than that, as you guys see here, this is polling. You can't trust too much because they change their underwear like crazy. But I mean, it has him against.
Who would
Go ahead.
put Pete Buttigieg in there? We haven't seen
Booty
or
juice.
heard from that guy. Buttigieg. Pete Buttigieg. Who would put Pete Buttigieg in a poll against Trump when we haven't seen or heard from that guy since the train derailments?
Yeah.
Amy Klobuchar? No.
Who's Booker?
Cory Booker.
I have no clue who he is. I have to look him up.
He ran for the presidency in 2020 or 2016.
Okay. Huh.
Maybe it was 2020 with Kamala Harris. And everybody was talking about, they were propping up Cory Booker and Kamala Harris as the ticket. And then Biden decided that he was going to throw his hat in the ring, and everybody went, "That's our guy." He was Barack Obama's vice president. That's our guy. And people were going, "No, that guy's an idiot. He's never been bright. We're about to prove it to you." And we've been proving it to him. And the debate finally proved us right, sadly. JD Pritzker, I don't know how that guy could be within 3 points.
I don't know who he is. I don't know who Booker. Quilbert. Yeah. Shapiro. Why does that name sound familiar? That last name. Well, I mean, it's not. I'm not thinking Ben Shapiro. I'm thinking about something else. But
yeah, I can't remember his first name. Oh wow. I'll be honest with you. I think that there is only one Democrat that could come within 1 point of beating Donald Trump.
Who do you think that is?
Well, he only served 1 term in office. He's already served 1 term. Jimmy Carter. I'm sorry.
A vote for him is a vote for Trump. There you go. Well, I mean, you're probably right. He could blow Biden off the, if it was, yeah. I mean, okay.
Joe Biden's presidency is far worse than Jimmy Carter's at this point. Although under Jimmy Carter, we had 12% interest rates on houses, and they were able to get that back down under Reagan. Clinton left it alone. Bush, he kind of pushed it to be lowered a little bit, but didn't get very far with it. When Barack Obama took over in 2008, we had a bad housing crash. But a lot of people realized who caused that housing crash, and it was the people themselves and the people who were selling interest-only loans. And how I know that is because I worked in the mortgage industry for about 6 months during that time, and they tried to get me to sell an interest-only loan. You're only paying on the interest of the principal. You're not paying the principal. So people were all over buying this interest-only loan that they were paying $400 or $500 a month for the house, and then they were going on vacations and getting themselves into debt. And then all of a sudden, they owe all this money on the principal of their house, and the bank's going, "Are you guys going to pay off this house or not?" And of course, the Congress and the Senate in 2006 and in 2007 started passing laws forcing Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac to give home loans to people based off of their skin color, essentially, is what it came down to. A lot of people said, "Well, I could pay $900 a month in rent. How come I can't pay $800 a month for a mortgage?"
Right.
So they started doing that, and people were biting off more than they could chew, and they were getting $1,200, $1,300, $1,400 a month mortgages. So there was this huge crash within the housing market, and people were doing short sales. And my ex-wife and I, we were still married at the time, we were like, shit, we could buy a badass house on a short sale, $120,000. Here's all this equity. I don't know what's going to happen to the debt of this house, of the person short selling the house. And we were like, shit, let's do it. And then that's when any home investor should have bought a house. And I see that happening again. So I don't believe we're going to see interest rates at 12%. I don't think it'll hit double digits, but I think it will hit 9% before the end of this year, which is
Gosh.
during Joe Biden's presidency. So if Donald Trump can come in and he can get the Fed to drop interest rates so much, we can literally get back down under 4% prime interest rate on home loans. That's what you got to hope for.
Yeah.
Because even rent's expensive, and a lot of people are finding that they can charge that much money on rent.
Mhm.
If you can get the interest rates down, a lot of homeowners, and you got to kick out BlackRock, these people who are buying up all these investment properties and just renting them out. Oh
Yep.
yeah, well here's this 5 bedrooms. We're going to rent it out to you for $4,000 a month, even though the mortgage on it it's only $1,800.
Mhm.
So if Trump can come back in, I think he can get the interest rates back down. That is going to set a tone for
Mhm.
the presidency beyond Trump. But he also needs the Congress and the Senate to help along with that.
Well-
So
well-
on that front, on the housing front, Joe Biden will never be worse. I don't think anybody will ever be worse than Jimmy Carter on that.
Yeah.
But that's just my opinion. But we will get interest rates back down below 4%. I do
Yep.
believe that.
Well, that's let's hope so. And I just, gosh damn, I lost my train of thought. But here you go with another Biden ad here. I'm sorry, not Biden ad, Trump ad, real quick.
Trump ad.
Yep, Trump ad with Kamala. It says inspiring thoughts from Kamala Harris.
Talking about the significance of the passage of time, right? The significance of the passage of time. So when you think about it, there is great significance to the passage of time in terms of what we need to do to lay these wires, what we need to do to create these jobs. And there is such great significance to the passage of time.
So the importance of community-based is they are, as they are called, they're in the community, led by members of the community. They are people who understand the capacity of the community, the needs of the community, the culture of the community.
Space is exciting. It is time for us to do what we have been doing, and that time is every day. Every day it is time for us to agree that there are things and tools that are available to us to slow this thing down. I can imagine what can be and be unburdened by what has been, you know?
I love how they use the brain. There you go.
Or the lack thereof.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my God, man. You know what? I got to tell you, I love doing podcasting with podcasters because they're in the podcast community and it's all about podcasting.
Uh-huh.
See, I could be a VP.
There you go.
If that's all I have to say, come on.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
That's what's going to happen. It's going to be the Donnie show in 2024. Trump is going to name the walking trigger warning Donnie Jackson
There
as
you go.
his VP pick. You think
There you go.
Trump is abrasive? Wait till I get on that podium. Holy yeah.
Dude, that I found out did you hear what happened yesterday, like in New York? Like that
No.
they were burning American flags and it's free Palestine this, free Palestine that.
Really?
On the 4th of July, yeah.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah,
I'm really
I was
not
like,
surprised.
what the like, come on, guys. Like, damn. They're just, I don't know.
They can't let anybody have anything. For the entire month of June, nobody said anything about the LGBTQ community because we don't care.
Yeah.
They're not affecting our lives whatsoever. They leave our kids alone, we'll leave them alone. But you want to burn the American flag on the day, the anniversary day, 248 years after America declared its independence from Great Britain and King George. We kicked the shit out of England. They had to go to work yesterday. We didn't.
Yeah.
And we got paid to be at home. Did you get that, England? No, you didn't. Shut up.
Exactly.
Make me a biscuit.
Yeah. I like 2 lumps of sugar in my dang tea. Damn it!
You put milk in my tea, I swear to God, I will punch you so hard in the balls.
Dude, what is that? Anyway, I don't know, man. You know what? I can't knock it until I try it. But I never heard of milk and tea. I just haven't. That's just.
I'm
weird
with
to
you.
me.
I'm on the same page with you. I agree 100%. Don't knock it till you try it. So I decided I'm gonna try this. So I go to the store and I look around and I find this English tea. Oh, it's English. Okay, I hope it's the right stuff. At least that's what I was hoping. Buy this English tea. I come home. I make it. I've got my little whistle pot. I don't know what it's called. A little kettle. I warm up the water. Put my tea bag in my cup. I pour my tea in there. I still have sugar cubes. I started using them for old fashions. I take a single sugar cube and I drop it in the cup. Mix it up. And I put a little bit of milk in it. It was the worst thing I ever tasted in my life. Never again. But that's just me.
Wow.
You try it,
Yeah,
you might
exactly.
like it.
Yeah.
You know, you might like it, you know.
Yeah.
I won't tell somebody not to try something because they got different taste buds than I do. But we all have the same wallet, so I'm going to tell you to vote Trump in 2024.
Yep. And if I do in the near future decide to hang out with you, I'm wearing a dang cup. Get them off. I'm wearing a dang cup, bro.
You won't. The only time you know that that's going to happen is I'm going to look at you and go, "Hey, cowboy."
Yeah.
How many acres you got?
Yeah.
It's just a little tap. I'm not a little.
Yeah. Oh damn.
Holy shiza.
And it says here that I guess like Lord Trump added a key point about Democrats potentially swapping out Biden for someone more vibrant. They decide right here in the 11th hour to plug somebody else in, and it's not Kamala Harris. I think of a bigger assault to our democratic process than doing just that. That's not then it says that's nothing new for the Democrats. They don't really believe in democracy. If they did, they would have allowed former Democrat and Representative Tulsi Gabbard to have a fair shot during the debates in 2020 primary process. They would have allowed.
Ooh.
What's up? You all right?
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
They would.
It just excites me. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
What, Tulsi Gabbard?
Yes. I would prefer to see her as VP. I honestly would.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah. She's realistic, and she left the Democrat Party. She's now a registered independent.
Right.
So
yeah.
Yeah.
And then finish this real quick, and then basically they would have allowed Robert F. Kennedy Jr. a fair shot during 2024 Democratic primary, and they wouldn't have tried silencing Kennedy by trying to keep his name off ballots in several states, as well as not allowing him to debate for the American people to see who is best suited to become the next president. Yep. They only care about themselves, guys. Like, come on now. I mean, I mean, it's not only that, it's not only if we're talking about the Biden and Harris, yeah, of course, and stuff like that. I was reading an article. I read an article yesterday, and now Nancy Pelosi, her statement was, I forgot what it was, but her statement was basically, to paraphrase it in here, they're not focused on the presidency right now. They're now they're not, after the first debate. They're actually focusing on the Congress and the Congress and the Senate.
Okay. So, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah.
If that's what we want to do, okay, Joe, go ahead and drop out of the race. You are conceding right now. Give the presidency to Donald Trump. You guys go ahead and focus on the Senate and the House, because people like you and I focused on the Senate and the House, and people are starting to wake up to it. So they're going, We're going to vote for that guy, not for that guy. That guy's been in office far too long, hasn't done anything. Joe Manchin seat. Joe Manchin seat is coming up available here this November. We're going to vote for the Republican because we liked what Joe Manchin was doing and we don't trust the Democrat coming in. So we're going to vote for that Republican. There's a lot of people like Steve Bannon before he went to jail. He was saying that he honestly believes, and Steve Bannon has been right about 9 times out of 10. Although there's some things that Steve Bannon says that makes me go, I don't agree with that. But he believes that in the House, we will pick up another 15 seats on top of what we already have. In the Senate, we're going to be up around 57 or 58. I would love to see a supermajority at 65, but that is putting too many eggs in one basket right now. We need to kind of ease our way back into America First politics.
Yes.
So, okay, Hillary, if that's what you want to do, cool, let's do it. Don't focus on it. Joe Biden, you drop out. You concede. Trump takes over in the White House, and we can start focusing. Okay, we take the White House. We take the House. We take the Senate. We have total power. Okay, conspiracy theorists, conspiracy theorists. Let's focus on everything that you guys have been talking about. Now that we have all 3 branches, we have total power. Let's focus on that disgusting stuff that you guys talk about and put an end to it. I actually like that. I like the plan. So go Hillary.
Yeah, I know. I'm, dude. I mean,
Sorry.
yeah, you're right.
That was my amount of ridiculousness.
Dude, what's up with this, dude? Oh, OG butt stuff. Yeah, dude. I'm gonna tell you something real quick. You don't have your username like that and it say "sup fuckers." Like, dude, it's not Pride Month anymore, bro. But what's up anyway, man? What's up? What's going on? What's good?
That's why I called him the big fucker. That's why I called him the big fucker.
Oh yeah. That was you. Oh, here you go.
I'll be honest with you. I want to see more stuff like that.
Yes.
Let's
Lighten
keep
up.
it light, Dutch. Yeah, let's
Correct.
keep it light. OG butt stuff. Come and visit anytime you want.
Yeah, man. Come on. Yeah, come on over, man. We ain't doing that stuff. Yeah.
We are not doing butt stuff, but
No.
we'll welcome you. Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not doing
but,
butt stuff until I have a new wife. And hopefully she likes that.
TMI. Man.
Oh, I'm knocking over my. I swear to God, guys, I'm sober.
Hey, that's good, man. You got that natural feel, man. I got you.
Yeah,
You
got me. You got me.
So one more thing, and then we're heading out, guys. But here it says here that the Democrats donors are jumping ship. The rats are jumping ship after the first debate. Ultimatum: the Democrats, elite donors, including Disney heiress, threaten to freeze funding unless Biden steps down. Dementia Joe is what?
Read that again.
Ultimatum to Democrats, elite donors, including Disney heiress, threaten to freeze funding unless Biden steps down. What's up?
That kind of ties into what I was just saying. If Donald Trump takes over the White House, we take over a supermajority in both the House and in the Senate.
Mm-hmm.
And Disney didn't pay to help them. We get to take them down too. We can go with the conspiracy theorists and go after Disney first. So by all means, hold your money back.
Yep.
We will literally make it the happiest place on earth again. I promise.
Yep. And it says these donors have declared they will cease funding the Democrat Party until Biden withdraws his candidacy for the presidential race. And Yeah, no, go right ahead, guys. And you can find this article at the Gateway Pundit. It says, despite years of financial support for the party, she plans to withhold future donations until Biden steps down. Well, Trigger, real quick, refresh my memory. These corporations, they also give to both parties, correct? The Democratic and the Republican Party.
Oh yeah,
Not just
absolutely.
It's not
Oh, yeah.
one-sided.
No, not at all. They will, and that's why it is literally called the swamp. And we should focus on primaries because it doesn't matter what side of the aisle they're on. If they're getting big money donors to give them money to do whatever they want, that's a problem.
Right.
So yeah, Republicans hold a supermajority in the Senate and in the Congress. Okay, you have big money donors like Disney, Netflix, Hulu. The list goes on. Bezos. They're going to go to the people with the power. They're going to say,
Right.
here's all this money. I want you to pass all of these laws for me. And of course, these stupid politicians, all they see are greenbacks. They
Right.
don't care about what benefits the American people. They don't care what benefits the economy. All they care about was what's going into their pockets.
Right.
So yeah, it's going to happen on both sides. And that's what Donald Trump has been saying since 2016. We have to drain the swamp. The swamp consists of both people on both sides of the aisle. We need to drain it. It's absolutely imperative that we get it drained.
Yeah, man, they want Michelle. She's a mail-in vote and a mail-in vote. Yep.
Male, M-A-L-E, M-A-L-E, male.
Yes, sir.
Mail in. Don't.
Yeah.
That's gross, dude. That's so
Yeah.
gross.
Yeah.
I met a
so
tranny. I met a few trannies. A couple of them were gross. 2 of them were cool. They knew that I wasn't going to participate because I told them I wasn't going to participate. But one, just one, had me fooled. Not gonna lie, one had me fooled. So.
Oh wow, you almost got yeah. Oh damn, you almost got
me. Almost got me.
Yeah,
But-
that was almost a good bait there. That was
Yeah. But then the spidey sense kicked in. I was like, wait a minute, hold up. What did you just say? And I ran.
Yeah, and so what Trigger did, he told me the story. He did a splits and did a jaw clap Van Damme move.
Oh no.
No, I'm
Dude,
joking. I'm just
dude.
joshing on that.
A friend of mine comes over and he goes, that's a dude. I was like, no way. He's like, yeah, that's a dude. I was like, are you a dude? And he goes, yeah. I was like, oh my God, I gotta go, bro.
Yeah.
But because respectful, I was like, you're doing a good job. Just say that up front. And I left.
Yeah. Exactly. And then, it says, real quick, OG butt stuff. I like my women like my favorite superheroes, X-Men.
Ugh, dude. No. Ugh, bro.
What the bro? Come
No.
on, bro.
No.
Bro.
No. Hold on. Wait. Hold on a second. Fuck that. Hold on. Hold on, dude. I'm hoping it comes out really good. Because I'm
What is
about
that?
to. Dude, I'm about to show you the most beautiful woman on the planet. And I am going to marry this woman.
Uh-oh.
And
That's good. That's good.
Well, that's my plan. But
Oh, okay.
I got to get a first date with her.
You hear that?
Hold on.
Let's go, man. Let's go, Trigger's crush. Let's go. Let's go, man.
Dude, I've told her. She knows.
There you go.
But hold on, let's see if. Okay, we gotta hide the name. Let's see.
Okay.
And she knows. I went. Okay. Funny story time. Went on one date with her. We went to the movies. She wanted to do that. I hate movies as a first date because you don't really get to know somebody. All right. But I've known her for years. And then COVID hit. Everything got shut down. And she was like, how come we never went on a second date? I was like, because 3 weeks later we got shut down and we couldn't go anywhere. And I wasn't going to be that creepy dude that says, come on over to my house. Wasn't going to do that. I was like, or I'll come to your house with your daughters there and you fucking been on one date with me. No. We're not doing that. So we're working on it.
Yeah, that's cool, man. That's what's up.
Got way off subject.
No, it's fine. It's a Friday mashup of everything, man. So
this is true. This
Yeah.
is true. I can't.
yeah, this
What
was
is she
this.
doing later?
Yeah, so yeah, man, guys. I mean, that's it. I just wanted to go over to a couple articles because I know there's people out there that's gonna see these articles and say, oh, what? There's a plan. There's a plan C. Well, you know what? Even if it did happen with Obama being in the vice president, he can't go nowhere. He's stagnant.
Mhm.
But
Yep.
could that also be a play too? We can say yeah, they can play that.
Sure, absolutely. Feel free
but
to play
still.
that card.
Yeah.
Okay, so like you remember the card game War?
Yes.
You thought you had a real hot hand. You got Jack, King, Queen. There's
Right.
the Ace of Hearts,
Mhm.
and somebody throws down something. You match it up. So now we're gonna go to war. 1, 2, 3, 4. I declare a war. Oh man, I got the Ace of Clubs. Sweet. Here's my Ace of Spades. I just took all of it from you. That's not gonna work with these guys.
Right.
They are playing it too much. All they have is an Ace of Clubs. We have the Ace of Spades. We're going to smoke them in November.
Right.
And things are going to be beautiful. That was a wonderful internal burp.
Yep. There you go. OG butt stuff. If this is a mashup, I'm a potato. A potato.
A potato. Well, OG butt stuff. I recommend not using sweet potatoes for your mashup because it turns into baby food. And then when you shit, it goes.
Yeah, you can stuff your butt well with that, OG. Bro,
Just keep
I'm
it
just
to
playing, bro. I'm
yourself.
just playing. I'm just playing OG, man. That's what's up, man. No, we appreciate
You're
you here,
welcome
man.
anytime, OG. You're welcome
Yeah.
anytime.
Come on over because
Anytime.
I'm thinking about doing so we're gonna go ahead and end it here, guys. I'm really thinking about well, I'll talk to you backstage, Trigger, about it. I think it's the 19th. So if you guys can tune in, like I said, let me see about scheduling. There might be a podcast on the 19th on me. Let me see here. Yeah, possibly the 19th. We're looking at the 19th, possibly.
I'll be back in town, so
All right.
I'm down.
Okay. Yeah. Well, stay tuned, guys. We're gonna try our best to be on as much as we can here. But until then, like, share, and subscribe. Trigger, plug in your socials real quick, bro.
Well, I'm basically only down to
No, you didn't.
one.
Bro.
Basically, all I have is TikTok
get your
left
shirt.
over. I'm off of X. I don't want to tell anybody about my Facebook because that's my personal thing, and I haven't made any business Facebooks. You can find me on Instagram at the Walking Trigger Warning. You can find me at TikTok at Forever the Trigger, the number 4, Ever the Trigger. You'll find a lot of people on there who call themselves the Walking Trigger Warning. They try to duplicate, but they can't do it. There's only one Walking Trigger Warning, and that's this motherfucker right here.
Yeah.
So
do you have you said you have an X account, right?
I did. I don't have
Okay,
it
you
anymore.
did. I'm
Well,
sorry.
it still exists,
Uh-huh.
but I cannot access it. I am completely kicked out of it. It's still going. They didn't delete me, but I cannot access it. I do have YouTube. It's Walking Trigger Warning TV.
Yep.
Come check it out. And I should probably post more on there to increase the following, but I every time I jump on YouTube, I end up watching stupid Attitude Era wrestling videos.
Oh. And you can catch him here on Liberty or Dev too, guys. But go follow him on the
Also-
socials. He's awesome. His content's really awesome.
And don't forget to come and look for me on Spotify, the Walking Trigger Warning Podcast
Yes.
on Spotify. That's where a lot of my good content is. Even though Spotify took down several of my episodes because I did simple math from 2020 and simple science from 2020. But that's a different story for another day, and we might talk about it one day.
Yeah. Catch Liberty or Death on Rumble and also on YouTube, guys. So go ahead and check us out at whatever it is. And also you can check me out on TikTok too. I normally, if you don't subscribe to my page on TikTok, I normally put all my TikToks and unload my camera roll onto YouTube. So yeah, check that out too. So
exactly. OG butt stuff. See ya.
Yeah, keep it skeeting, OG. Keep it skeeting, bro. Hey man, thank you for coming in, man, and comedy. You too, Charlie. Thanks for coming in. We'd like to thank our guests up in here. And so all right then. Until then, guys, catch you on the flip side.
Thanks for stopping by.